On a chilly February night in 2025, the usually jovial atmosphere of the Graham Norton Show turned icy as Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, reportedly stormed off the set in a blaze of fury. The catalyst? A biting remark from Irish comedian Chris O'Dowd, who didn't hesitate to label her much-hyped lifestyle brand, as ever, the worst ever. The incident, witnessed by a stunned studio audience on February 21, 2025, has reignited the polarizing debate surrounding Meghan's post-royal ventures. Far from the polished, aspirational figure she often projects, this explosive encounter painted a picture of a woman unable to handle criticism, a trait her detractors have long claimed defines her. With her Netflix series looming and as ever struggling to find its footing, this public humiliation may well mark a turning point in Meghan's carefully curated narrative. The episode began innocently enough, with Graham Norton welcoming an eclectic lineup: Ewan McGregor, Kate Hudson, Naomi Harris, and Chris O'Dowd, alongside musical guest Self-Esteem. Meghan, appearing to promote As Ever and her upcoming Netflix lifestyle special, entered the iconic red sofa with her signature poise. She spoke glowingly of her Montecito life, her children Archie and Lilibet, and her vision for As Ever, a brand she described as a celebration of authenticity and luxury. But the mood shifted when Norton, known for his cheeky humor, turned the conversation to O'Dowd, who had been quietly sipping his drink. When asked for his thoughts on Meghan's venture, O'Dowd didn't mince words. "Look, I've seen a lot of brands in my time, but As Ever might just be the worst ever," he quipped, his Irish lilt cutting through the tension. "It's like someone took a Pinterest board, threw in some overpriced jam, and called it a revolution." The audience gasped, Norton chuckled nervously, and Meghan's smile vanished. Moments later, she stood, muttered something inaudible, and exited the set, leaving the panel in stunned silence. This dramatic walkout wasn't just a spontaneous reaction, it was a window into Meghan's Achilles heel, her intolerance for dissent. O'Dowd's critique, while harsh, wasn't baseless. As Ever, launched with fanfare in 2024, has faced relentless scrutiny. The brand's initial offerings, handwritten notes, a $25 jar of strawberry jam, and vague promises of lifestyle content, were met with mockery online. Critics pointed out the disconnect between Meghan's claims of authenticity and the exorbitant pricing aimed at an elite few. X posts flooded in after the Norton incident, with one user writing, "Chris O'Dowd said what we've all been thinking, As Ever is a glorified cash grab." Another added, "Meghan can't handle the heat when her facade gets called out." Far from endearing her to the public, her brand has fueled accusations of opportunism, a narrative that her abrupt departure only amplified. Meghan's history lends credence to this portrayal. Since stepping back from royal duties in 2020, she and Prince Harry have positioned themselves as champions of truth and compassion, yet their actions often clash with this image. The couple's $100 million Netflix deal, signed amid global economic hardship, raised eyebrows, as did their Montecito mansion, purchased for $14.65 million while they preached humility. As Ever was meant to soften this image, blending Meghan's pre-royal Tig blog aesthetic with a modern influencer twist. But the execution stumbled. Reports surfaced in January 2025 that the U.S. Patent Office rejected her trademark application over clerical errors, a setback she tried to downplay. O'Dowd's jab on Norton's show, delivered with the bluntness of a man unburdened by royal protocol, exposed the fragility of her reinvention. Her exit wasn't just a tantrum, it was a tacit admission that the cracks in her narrative were widening. The timing couldn't have been worse. With Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentary series set to drop in March 2025, the stakes are high. The project promises an intimate look at their post-Megxit life, but early previews suggest a glossy retelling of their victimhood, a story the public has grown weary of. Graham Norton himself has weighed in on this fatigue, noting on Watch What Happens Live in 2023 that the couple's bad press has been a gift to William and Kate. O'Dowd's insult, then, wasn't just personal, it tapped into a broader sentiment. Meghan storming off only reinforced the perception that she's more interested in controlling the narrative than engaging with reality. As one audience member later told the Daily Mail, she acted like a diva who couldn't take a joke, it was embarrassing. Her past on-screen moments further validate this antagonistic streak. In 2017, during her engagement interview with Harry, Meghan bristled when asked about her transition from actress to royal, snapping at the interviewer with a curt, "I think we've covered that." On Suits, castmates reportedly found her demanding, a trait that resurfaced in royal circles with claims of staff tensions. The Norton incident mirrors these episodes, an inability to laugh at herself or absorb criticism without retreating. O'Dowd, by contrast, has a track record of self-deprecating humor, famously recounting on Norton's show in 2013 how he accidentally ate a fly mid-interview. His willingness to lean into absurdity starkly contrasted with Meghan's rigid defensiveness, highlighting her as the outlier in a setting that thrives on levity. The fallout has been swift. By February 22, 2025, X was ablaze with hashtags like #MeghanMeltdown and #AsEverFlop. British tabloids, long critical of the Sussexes, ran headlines like "Meghan's Norton Nightmare" and "Duchess ditches show in disgrace." Even Elias struggled to spin it. Mindy Kaling, a friend who'd praised as ever publicly, stayed silent, while Netflix issued a vague statement about supporting creative freedom. Yet the damage was done.